Serious jest. You take some elves, you take some orcs, you take some humans, some lizardmen, you mix in all kinds of crazy races, you put them on a football pitch, football field, you have a match up against each other, smash helmets, and you take a bunch of the rules off, make it real bloody and gory, kind of in a chess turn-based format, and what do you got? You got this amazing game we call Blood Bowl that's been in existence for probably over 20 years, certainly way before I've been playing it, and then you expand that audience, you bring it to the consoles. Cyanide develops it, makes it a game. They brought it to PC and now to the consoles, and we got it on PS4. For a long time, many of us have been watching events like on PC, like the World Cup, and really wishing that that could come here to PS4. And finally, our prayers to Nuffle have been answered. We have the PS4 Champion Cup. Yes, for over a month now, ladies and gentlemen, different teams have been competing to get one of the coveted 16 slots. And these are the teams that you see before you right now on your screen. These are the 16 teams, top coach for each race, and then we took the top 3 overall coaches after those coaches were identified. Today, we will be having our first match that starts at 1700 GMT. If you're from the East Coast like I am, from the East Coast of the U.S. like I am, that time for you is 12 p.m. So this is some perfect lunchtime Blood Bowl action. And what we're doing now is giving you a quick upfront preview to kind of get your feet wet and get your palate thirsty for this blood and this action that's about to happen. The 2 teams are the ones I have highlighted here. The first one are the Bloody Elves, and we'll look into those, and they will be hosting the Coaches of Destruction. And we have a special treat for you. The coach of the Coaches of Destruction is here in the chat, and he is going to help me preview this special matchup. What's up, Bernie Buffon?
You alright, matey? Yeah, not bad. Just can't wait to get it going. Quite excited myself.
Did I say your name right, Buffon? Is it? I know I got Bernie right. I know that. Is it Buffon or?
It's whatever. Yeah, Buffon. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like I say, that's just a made-up name anyway. So it's
cool.
Named after a football character. So it's like, don't worry about it. But yeah, you are. It is correct. It is Buffon. Yeah.
Nice. And I'm detecting an accent. Where are you from?
I'm from England. So,
nice. Good stuff. All right, and we'll get more into your team, the Coaches of Destruction, in a little while. I'll have some more questions for you. But let's get into the preview of the matchup. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the Bloody Elves. And so we're going to scroll through now. And I've got their roster up, a TV 1800. And you got the team up?
I have, yep.
All right, what do you see here?
Yeah, it's a team what's really hard to defend against. I played him. Oh, he gave me my first defeat. Did the Bloody Elves a while back?
It was a 2-0 loss you took to him, right?
Yeah. He had an extra 400. He had like 400 better. I mean, I went back and previewed the game this morning, thinking it was just a blowout, but it was actually, I was quite unlucky. My wizard didn't work, my runner didn't pick the ball up, he got defense blitz, and none of my characters were really that tooled. So I felt a lot better after watching it, and I'm a bit more confident. I think if this team didn't have a great coach, I'd have been a lot more happier. But he has a great reputation as TD, and it's going to be tough. I think it's going to come down to trying to take out Telhane, his best catcher. That's his go-to guy. He goes to him all the time. I think he's got some like 12 catches, 16 touchdowns. So he's the one we've got to mark up. And obviously his war dancers, they just break cages for fun. I don't know how you pronounce it, Leonige. He was the guy who broke the cage when I last played against them, and obviously it resulted in them scoring a touchdown, so he's going to have to be taken care of. Are you talking about that
war dancer, Learneal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Luckily someone snapped him, so he's only got movement 7 now, but
yep.
Ironically, his 2 best players have both got a bit slower, so that'll help. Obviously having tackle on 8 of my guys will obviously help me in that respect. I would have liked to be playing at home, but unfortunately we've got to go to their Ramshackle Stadium.
It is actually called Elven BS Central.
Yeah, I've seen it. Everything's falling
Sponsored by the
apart.
Circle of Happy Serenity. So, I
Absolutely.
same thing. Here is my take on this, and what where the keys to the game are. This one, in my opinion, could go either way. It could go really, really badly for one team. It could quickly get out of control because your strengths kind of really cater to each other's weaknesses. So it's whoever kind of is able to exploit that the most. In your last matchup, I noticed you had 10 armor breaks to 2. You're going to have to increase the armor breaks to get there. You only managed to injure one player on their end, and a team full of wood elves is really bad. That's almost a guaranteed loss for any team. But if any team is equipped to deal with all this dodge, all this blodging, it is a team of dwarves. You're right. All that tackle that the dwarves have is great for that. So catching them early and often and managing to break some of these guys is going to be key. It does not help you that the bloody elves have a bunch of guard on them. Because that's good, obviously that'll help them take advantage of. Dwarves are great for when they're grouped together and they got all that guard working. But let's not forget, there's not a lot of strength 4 guys on dwarves, and I don't remember if you have any strength 4 guys through stat ups, but the guard could be a problem. So the fearsome foursome is what I call these guys, the 2 war dancers and the 2 catchers. The last guys that scored on you in your last match were Toriar, this catcher, who I see as the best player on the team, really a strength 3 wood elf catcher with the who's a blodge stepper, has the extra strength. Yeah, I talked about the extra strength. He's got tackle too, so the guy could be a problem. But if you're able to hurt these guys, and the war dancers being movement down, like you identified, can cause a real problem. It can take away from some of the advantages that they have. They can't touch you everywhere like they normally can with 8. That being said, you take a few of these guys off the pitch early, it could go very, very well for you. There is a lot of bloat on this team. That's the other thing I've noticed now with the movement down and the war dancers. That creates some hurt guys, and you got I see why he did it. The Lernial has the wrestle with the block. Some people would see that as bloat, but I see why he did it. I don't know. So that's my take on it. Anything else you want to say about the elves before we go to your team?
Yeah, like I say, it's a shame he's got plenty of guard, because obviously that is a problem, especially helping cage breaks. I think it's basically last time when I played him, my team was quite new. It was a really new team. We didn't have any mighty blow. As you said, we only injured one person, but we gave it a good go. I mean, we were really unlucky in that game. We had a lot of dice go against us, and there was a lot of things that went wrong, and he started the second touchdown really late on. So I'm more confident now watching it back than I was to start off with. Now we've got a lot more mighty blow. We've got a bit of piling on. We've got 2 strength 4 guys as well, so that'll help. I've got Troll Slayer with strength 4, and he's on a killing spree. He's killed someone in the last 3 games, so he's in form. So it's going to be tough. But I mean, like you say, if I don't get the injuries, I'm not going to win. We're confident, but he's such a good coach. We just got to kill as many as possible.
By the way, I'm highlighting these 2 players right. Well, Dick Thickley will be missing the game, but Brown Streak will be present. So that's always a wild card. We'll keep it to that because we're gonna stay family friendly. So let's take a look. I'd like to ask you about the coaches of destruction. Taking a harder look. I like the motto: "We must break you. We must break you." How did you come up with the concept for this team? If you want to talk about how you how you selected who the players would be, what the player names would be.
Yeah, I've done it with a lot of teams. I just like naming them after coaches. I don't know why. I think what it was, I first did it just for a laugh, and then people, when I used to play against them, was like, "Oh wow, man, you got a guy after me. Oh, that's awesome." And then they spend most time trying to kill him. I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. Regarding who I pick, it's just random. Chase JJ, I always pick in any team. He's really lucky. He always gets my level ups and everything like that.
Where do you know him from? Where did you meet Chase JJ from?
I don't. I just know him from Blood Bowl. I've played a few games with him. I mean, I don't like playing against him because usually when we play, people die.
Are you in a private league with him, or you just know him from Cabal Vision?
We had a private league a while back,
Ugh.
and every time we came, and my much vaunted High Elves they're just an amazing team. They got a bit messed up. We won, but he injured quite a few of our players, and we tied one of them.
That's
But
funny.
even when I watch his games against other people, death just seems to follow him. And he's just, I don't know, he's just a great character. He's just so funny. So I always use him. I use him I use him as a land rat on the scaling team. He got agility boost and he got a strength boost. So I've got agility for strength for land rat called Chase. Every time I name a guy after Chase, he just gets the stats. And obviously, although he hasn't got any strength or agility this time round, he's the third best rusher on the Hall of Fame. What's good for him? And he's got all this sidestep, diving, tackle, blood, you name it, he's got it.
It is. By the way, I want
So
to point that out. This is the only player on the field in this game that will be that is one of the top 3 in the Hall of Fame in any category, and that is Chase JJ. He is the third, like you said, the third best rusher. He's got over 1,000 rushing yards.
He's good. He's got a bit of a glass jaw. He's missed a few games as well. He's got a bit of a glass jaw, so we've got to keep an eye on that. I mean, he didn't get injured apart from miss a game, so I think he's got to be protected. I mean, my main concern with my team is they've been in a really bad rut. I mean, we went about 4 or 5 games where we just kept losing, and we had like High Elves in the snow, and we blew that. We had a game against Skim, and we blew that. Not picking the ball up, failing dodges on the 3+ for the re-roll, and I didn't think I was going to actually end up making the ranking because I was getting to the point with, oh my God, this is the worst fourth team I've ever had. I'm losing my hair. And then it changed against a Norse player who I can't remember. He's in the last 16. Let's have a look. Is it Piracies or Pyres? It's a Norse player.
Yes. It's Pyrenees. That's Gasolimal.
We won the toss. Yeah, we won the toss, received a kick. We thought, Craig, we're going to take care of that big Yeti. And obviously, kick goes, defense blitz. He goes with his Yeti. He absolutely goes for Stuntman Didi, my dwarf blitzer, and basically just takes him out of the game. Completely takes him out of the game. But after he did that, I don't know what happened, but the rest of my team just went completely psycho. And Forslayer then went and killed his Yeti flat out, and he took him out. And then I think we killed another one. We took another 7 players down. And then since then, they've just been a different team. They've started hurting people. We've played Fresno Rules, Dark Elves, and Dell. To me, is a fantastic coach and a fantastic team. We've got a good draw with them. We was killing players there. And then our last game we played against the 2 Guardians, we conceded after we killed his mummy. So all of a sudden, since Tomadidi got hurt, they've just been a different team. They've just started hurting people. And if they can carry that on against the Wood Elves, then we've got a chance. If they don't, then we're going to get blown out.
Nice. So you heard it here first. The Coaches of Destruction started slow, but then snowballed into a wrecking ball of fiery hell. And they'll be facing off against Dim NTD's Bloody Elves. This should be a very, very exciting matchup. Your record has ended at 13-12-7. 13 wins, 12 ties, 7 losses. Pretty respectable. The Bloody Elves got a better record at 19-4-6. So, I mean, not tremendously better, but significantly better. So, by the way, one of the things I noticed is, a lot of us have played each other in the ladder that have finally made it to the playoffs. You've played, pretty much. I don't think there's any coach that you haven't played in the ladder at some point with this team. You did not play my South Park Cowboys in the ladder, but you did play 2 of my other teams. So you faced off against pretty much every coach on the ladder. You faced off against Dim before. Where does he rank in terms of your view of if you could have picked the your first matchup? Would this have been the first matchup you picked?
Well, when I looked at the 16 teams, there's a few teams I didn't want to face. One of them was Resnor because his Wood Elves is crazy. And the other one was this team. This was the other team I didn't want to play. I didn't mind playing Stuntman Didi. I really didn't. I mean, we were good friends and we know how each other plays, and it would have been just such a laugh. But by
the way, Stuntman Didi's going to be announcing this match with me, so that'll be great. He'll be able to give us some inside information.
Just don't mention the contract killers to him because we had a game before where my contract killers are basically a case. He just kills everything and they made a mess, a real mess of his team. And it was that game what we had a laugh over, and that's when we became friends. And you know, we always try and wind him up about it because his Dark Elves are just fantastic. But yeah, I didn't want this team. This is the team I wanted. A Basher team. I thought, well, if I go out swinging against the Basher team, I could have that. But no, this guy was probably the second least I wanted. You know, his team's good. It's nothing scary like Reznor, but I've checked the footage of a lot of his games and how he plays, and he's good. I mean,
and by the way, Reznor is the Elves Do It in the Dirt, who are facing off against the FC Atletico Fun Times, coached by Mojo Nova.
Yeah.
I've played all of these coaches. I know all of you guys. Everybody in this ladder is good. Even the one I'm playing, the NEM Full Moon Thrillers, our Necro team, actually snuck in because the Necro team above him deleted his team after the ladder was over, thinking he hadn't made it. And he actually did. So the NEM Full Moon Thrillers actually came in with a losing record, but Afrochef is a very good coach. So I'm not sleeping on these guys for a minute. But that's another match for another time.
I mean, sorry, just to quickly say on that game, that is one of the games I really can't wait for. Just because, obviously, your team's pretty good. I mean, your Minotaur is amazing, but he has Dirty Diana, the werewolf.
Yeah.
And he or she looks nasty, and I think she's in the Hall of Fame for killing stuff. And I think, you know, that is going to be a great match to see how you deal with that werewolf. Because that werewolf could make a mincemeat out of your team. So
yeah, hopefully I kill them before they kill me. So
yeah, it's going to be a good one.
But I'm really looking forward to yours. This is going to kick off. No pressure, but you guys are going to set the tone for the cup. This is the first thing our audience will see, and I'm really looking forward to Death and Destruction. Or it could be a lot of flashy touchdowns, and your dwarves are in frustration. So if you guys are watching, tune in to see the Bloody Elves go against the Coaches of Destruction. Yeah, and this is how I met you through this ladder as well. And I didn't even know you yet, and my name was on the team. So I was like, what the hell? At least I'm good. So I like my player in there. So so now I can't help but root for your team.
That's it. I mean, the only person who seems a bit upset about the team is Reznor himself. They spent, I think, the full game with his treeman trying to kill Reznor because obviously he's a dwarf and he's an elf. But I did tell him it was the slimmest. He's quite slim. This dwarf. He looks like an elf. Yeah. So he's a bit upset about that. But hey, the rest of the team.
Psychological warfare is definitely going on here. That's funny. So a couple other really quick questions for people that don't know you. What private leagues do you play in? What banners are you holding up here?
Just the MNL now. I used to play a lot. Then my PS4 went boom. I've only just got one back. I've gone and bought another one, and I just came back in. And like I said, the MML, what I found out by yourself, is just fantastic. Yep. You've got the website, you've got your Twitch, you've got everything else. And it's so much fun. I had a few games in the farm against a couple of guys, and I've never had so much more fun. We just didn't really care about the result. We just laughed. And obviously I got an amazing touchdown as well, assisted by the crowd. I wouldn't mind another one of those today. But yeah, like I said, MNL is the best league with this one, in my opinion. This one works because the likes of yourself and Sam basically monitor it to make sure there's no cheating and everything like that. So I can't wait. I think I'm the underdog. I'm gonna, because I do respect Dim. I think he's a great coach. But if we can get some injuries and take them pesky war dancers out, then we'll do all right. But I'm expecting carnage. I'm expecting a couple of deaths as well.
Carnage and deaths always does well for the crowd. Last question: what is your favorite flavor ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip.
Nice. Good stuff. All right, everybody. You've been watching the PS4 official champion ladder. And we're looking forward to this match, which takes place in about an hour at 1700 GMT. And that's for you Northeast American guys like me. That's 12 o'clock p.m. You got those butterflies in your stomach yet, Bernie?
No, I'm cool. What'll happen, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Nice.
We're confident.
Nice. Well, hopefully next game that we broadcast, or one of the other games we broadcast, we can get you in as an announcer, and then you can enjoy the game stress-free.
Oh yeah, that'll be a lot better. A lot better.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. This is Serious Jest. You're watching again the PS4 Champion Ladder. Thanks for watching. We're out.